This is the Renault 4, and if you looked at the Renault 5 and thought, that's a great looking car, but it's not very practical, then this one is for you. The Renault 4 is a much larger version of the Renault 5. They've tried to keep a lot of its styling techniques to it. Yes, it's not going to be as good looking as the 5. The 5 is a smaller car. It does have that lovely design accent, but it's not very practical for family life. It's a great fun car, but it's just for me, wasn't the car for me for buying. This is definitely going to be a choice for families or people who just want a little bit more room or the chance of going away camping or going away at the weekend. It's definitely in that segment of perfect cars for me. Now, if you are thinking about buying a Renault car, you know I'm a huge fan of the Renault brand. Make sure you click that subscribe button, that notification bell. But if you're after one of these, if you use code EVNICK and go to DSG Morecambe, they'll knock you £100 off the price of one of these or any other Renault products. And that is because DSG Morecambe is proudly sponsoring today's video. Okay, so this is my first impression. I've just literally driven the car less than 10 minutes and immediately I feel that this is faster than the Renault 5. I don't know whether it's got more horsepower. I've not looked at any of the stats of this car. I didn't want to ruin anything for myself. I just basically wanted to drive the car and get a first impression drive straight away off it, and straight away I feel it is quicker than the Renault 5. Now I'm going to display the horsepower difference between the two at the bottom, and they're probably exactly the same, and I'm just psychologically think it's quicker. So if it is the same horsepower, I'm going to protect myself here by saying maybe the throttle response on this one is a little bit better than what I thought was on the Renault 5. But yeah, it feels quicker. It handles exactly the same to me as the Renault 5. What I mean by that is it handles absolutely superb. I mean, the one thing I can say about Renault is they know how to make a very well handling car. Every Renault I've ever driven, I always feel is very responsive, steers very well compared to other car brands like I own, like the Hyundai. The Hyundais don't ever feel as direct. Now I love my Ioniq 5, but I do feel the Renault 4 drives way better. It's a smaller car. It should drive better, but Renaults just drive a lot better. The other thing I can say about Renault, and I've got long experience of this because of the car dealership, pretty much all Renault dealers, whether that big franchise, small franchise, when it comes to Renault submitting warranty claims, I've never struggled. Never struggled with Renault. There's no arguments, there's no prove this, do this, jump through this hoop, complain to customer service. Renault just pay for warranty claims like they should do in a warranty. Now, whether that's the 3-year warranty or the 5-year warranty that they used to give out on the Zoes, I have never had a problem claiming with a Renault warranty. I even had a customer recently claim on a Renault warranty, which was 2 days away from the end of the warranty. The dealer specifically was fully booked for 3 months. They specifically fit it in within the warranty period for the customer so they get the job done under warranty. I've never had that with other dealers. They're always really hard to deal with. Renault dealers just seem to be a different class of dealer. They do seem to be better to deal with. The warranty claim procedure is a lot better. And it's almost like I'm talking because of first experiences with other warranty companies, but some people just, they go over the top with checking for service history and stuff like that. Now, when it comes to an EV, there's so little few service items. I think Renault have just determined, look, there's nothing to really service, so if there's a warranty claim, it's going to be genuine. Let's not drive the customer through the ringer and upset the brand. Other brands could learn a lot from the Renault brand. Renault 4 now has a one-pedal driving system that the Renault 5 didn't. Now, I think that means that they've actually retuned the pedal, which is why I think this drives faster than it is. So I think it's faster than the Renault 5 because I think they've tuned the pedal response differently, so you just get a bit more acceleration from touching the pedal. And I think because of that, it does feel faster than it is. Now, the one-pedal driving on this is superb. It's very, very similar to Tesla one-pedal driving rather than some other manufacturers who try to interpret it quite badly. But possibly one of the best features that Renault have done on one of these cars, and they've done it very, very well. Now, the Renault 5 had a big boot. The Renault Zoe had a great boot. And Renault do good boots. But this is even better because it's a huge litre capacity. It's absolutely massive. But the thing I like about it the most is it's like having a van. You open the back door and there's no restrictions for loading anything in. There's no lips or drops. It's just completely flat and complete depth. It's really high and really long. It's possibly one of the best loading boots I've seen. Now, I've got an Ioniq 5 Hyundai as my personal car. This is a much more practical, usable boot than the larger Ioniq 5 that's very long but got zero depth and is very hard to load anything in. This is perfect. Now, the inside is something that I have zero fault with. It is outstandingly beautiful in here. This sort of jean leather look interior inside that's all over the dash, the doors, it's on everything. It's even in the back on the rear doors. It's nice and soft, and it's gonna be a very hard wearing interior. A lot of manufacturers, their interiors are all scratchy plastics or really soft tissue paper plastics that scratch dead easily and mark and just look dated very, very quickly. My 11,000 Renault, my 11,000 Ioniq 5 just looks worn to hell. It's just scratched, and a lot of the Kona interiors I see, they're always scratches dead easy. Renault really do make a very well put together, long lasting interior, because the French like to keep their car long term, so they want a well hard wearing car. And it's a really nice place to be in here. I annoyingly like the interior of this car so much that if I wanted another car, I probably would have left ESG buying this today, because it is gorgeous to sit in. It's just a nice place. Now, the dash, the interior, the sat nav, the screen, the way you flick through audio, phone, apps, it is so fast and responsive. Everything clicks as soon as you touch it. There's no pausing, waiting. They've not put a cheap computer processor in this. It is state of the art for what it is. It is responsive. The sat nav's responsive. The sat nav's quick. Everything on it is snappy. Now, the screen here is customizable. You can have various things that you can flick through. You can even have the entire screen show up the sat nav, which is gorgeous. Now, this is the mid-spec trim, not the top spec or the bottom spec trim. These cars start at £25,000 and can have the current government grant of £1,500 off the car. Now, you've also got cruise control. Now, this hasn't got lane hold because it's that middle spec, but you can get lane hold in the higher model, and I believe the higher model has a 360-degree camera, which I believe can have an inbuilt dash cam when you plug in a USB hard drive into it. If anyone's got the top spec, please let me know down below in the comments. So in the back, carrying on with Renault's perfect interior, again, it's perfect in the back. Its only downfall for the back is if you were very tall, so 6.5 foot plus, the back headroom for your head might get a little bit more cramped, but for any normal sized person, it's going to be completely fine in the back. The front seats will be fine for whatever height person you've got in the front, but the rear seats might get a little bit sort of headroomy if you were on the very, very tall side. Because there's electric car, obviously, there is no drive tunnel, so it's completely flat floor all the way through, so it means that there's plenty of leg room for the middle passenger as well as the two rear passengers, because remember, this is a 3-seater in the back, not a 2-seater like some of the small dinky cars at the moment that some manufacturers are producing. We've got 2 mop pockets in the back, and then these 2 tiny pockets here, which I think are designed to hold like cans of Coke securely, because there's no rear cup holders, because there is no rear armrest in the middle of the Renault 4, which is probably its only minor downfall. The roof, again, also looks stunning. There is so many things that are right with this car that just commenting on it missing a rear centre armrest would be unfair for it. I am really, really, really happy with everything in it. The only thing I might mildly change is it would be nice to have some kind of Renault attachment here to add proper cup holders for your 2 rear passengers. Now, you might look at the Renault 4 and go, I'd have it, but it needs to have a sunroof. Well, better than that, in Q1 next year, so January, February, March, sometime next year, they are going to be releasing a soft top version. That's a soft rag top that will fold down to the back, and you'll have a full open convertible in a Renault 4. And for me, that could be the version that's probably going to sell the best. So I've just pulled up for a quick charge, and It's up to 70 kilowatts on this one. You've got 2 battery variants with 2 different ranges available, but the up to 70 kilowatt CCS charging means that you will pull up to 70 kilowatts to about, I think it was 58% it started to go down. We're now at 70% state of charge and we're still pulling 60 kilowatts. So it does maintain its battery charging speed right up to the end of the battery. Obviously its peak only still being 70. So bear that in mind, that if you are looking at something that you want really fast charging speeds, it's not got that, but it has got pretty impressive range for the size of the car, and 70 kilowatts in my book is still very, very quick. Obviously there is a lot quicker charging speeds out there, but they have 800 volt architecture and they don't start at 25 grand. So the best thing about this car, it starts at £25,000 for the bottom spec, and all models are under £42,000, which means they qualify for the £1,500 government grant here in the UK. Now remember, if you go to DSG and quote EVNICK, you will get £100 off any of their Renault models that they've got in stock at the moment. That includes the Renault 4 and 5. Thank you very much for watching this week's video, and I'll see you again from rainy Morecambe.